So you have decided to pull your kids from public school and homeschool them, but you're not entirely sure where to start. I've got a few things to set up for you. Also, may or may not have realized that all my homeschooling videos on this channel have been has been approached from the idea that you decide from the get-go to homeschool them and not decide halfway through them already being in school to homeschool them. So, I've given this a lot of thought. I've got a few ideas. Let's see what I got. First off, I think you should go check out homeschoollegaldefense.com. This is a website that has a lot of really useful information and resources for you to use. Specifically, they have a place on their website where it tells you the laws and regulations in your state on homeschooling. Some states are pretty relaxed on the rules when it comes to homeschooling, or some other states have way more stricter laws and rules to it. So definitely go check them out. They have a lot of other resources, and they're really just a very helpful website slash program to be a part of. So I would definitely check them out first. Links will be in the description for everything I mentioned that are online. Secondly, evaluate your kids. I mean, that kind of sounds a little bit strange, but evaluate them. See where they are in a lot of the things, the different academic things that you want to teach them, and decide what it is that they still need and where you want them to go. If they're older kids, I would highly recommend involving them in this process, asking them what it is that they would like to learn more of, study more. Of course, you're going to have to give them the main subjects, math, reading, writing, science, all of that stuff, but it might really help to ask them what other subjects they are very, very fascinated in. Decide where it is that they are at and what it is that you want them to know by the time that they graduate. Alright, so you evaluated your child. You now know where exactly they are in their different academic levels. Now comes probably one of the more daunting tasks, deciding what curriculum to use. I can help a little bit with this. I got a couple of website recommendations for you to go check out. First off, Kathy Duffy Reviews. It is a website out there made by, Kathy Duffy. In this website, she goes through all the different, or at least most of the different homeschool curriculums, or curriculums in general that you're able to use, and leaves her reviews. It's a very detailed, spread out website, and might be able to give you a little bit of a place to start. Also, you can check out easypeasy.com. This is a website that is put together that has a lot of different resources. It's kind of its own curriculum in a way. The woman that made this one put all the different resources in one thing. You go in and you can check mark the different courses you want your child to do. Then the child logs in on their portal, their student portal, and do those things. You can see, you can review what they're doing, you get to choose what they're doing. It's actually a pretty cool place to start. Both of these websites are free, initially are free. So I would definitely recommend checking out both of these and seeing what you can figure out with them first. Also, of course, links will be in the description. As I said before, let your kid help with this. Obviously, if they're on the younger side, asking your kid's opinion on what curriculum you're currently using may not be very helpful. But if your kid is a little bit on the older side, have an open feedback with them. If you're trying Easy Peasy or one of the other mini curriculums that are out there, after a little bit of time of doing it, ask your kid if you think that they are working. After a moment, you'll be able to tell yourself also, obviously, because you'll be able to see whether or not they are learning. But interacting with them and helping them make this decision might be helpful too. Time to get a little bit cozy here. Okay, so you've just pulled your kid. I probably would recommend giving them a couple weeks of a bit of a break between pulling your kid and starting them on this homeschooling. It can be pretty jarring and it can be a lot. And it would give both of you guys time a little bit to relax. Also, when you're planning these things out, remember that you can do it in different ways. I was talking to my mother about this, and one of the things that she suggested was just start with a subject. Say you start with math, and that's it. You guys only do math for a few weeks. Just slowly interacting and getting used to this new schedule and this new thing that you've decided. Over time, you start to add up more things. Another thing that she said is that some families do unit studies. Well, they'll pick one thing and all the different subjects will be surrounding that one thing. I think this could work for a lot of families, honestly. Just being able to study one element, but putting everything into that element, math, writing, science, you know, all the different subjects. So I think that would be also a really good tip. Remember, you don't have to follow a traditional schedule or setting for this sort of thing. If your kids want to do school in their bed, in their pajamas, go for it. That's like one of the best parts of doing the homeschooling. But it also means that you can have your school follow your schedule. Take my family for example. For the longest time, we would do school during the summer months and not take breaks off for the summer. It was too hot outside more often than not, so we wouldn't get anything done anyways. So we would do school, and then during the winter months, the holiday months, when we would have family up, when big plans were going on, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of this stuff, that's when we would take our big vacation for the year. It just worked out better that way. That way we were able to hang out with family, enjoy the holidays, and not stress and worry about school all the time. It also meant that when other real life things happened, school could be put on the back burner if need be. The amount of times that we would be able to help out friends, family, our church friends, our churches, because we were able to put school to the side and go do real life stuff, this really shaped a lot of my formidable years. Lastly, I have been asked on ways of doing homeschooling when you're on a budget. I get it. Sometimes this can be really daunting, especially if you're going to have to go down to a one-income household and you start having to count pennies. So I gave this a little bit of a thought, and I do think that there'd be ways to make this a pretty cheap and affordable way of doing this. First off, libraries are your friends. Yeah, I mean, free books, free resources. You also have computers, printers, all that stuff. Use that to your advantage. Also, YouTube and the internet, also kind of your friend. It's all free. You can find so many different resources on YouTube, how-to videos, and I actually believe a lot of college lectures are free on YouTube and on their websites. So if you got a particular college you want your kid to be familiar with, check out their websites. Odds are good you can get their lectures for free. In all seriousness, this is a really big life-changing event, and you're going to get a little stressed out about it and overwhelmed by all the options and decisions you're going to have to start making because you've decided to homeschool. I get it. It can be a lot, especially when society is telling you otherwise and telling you other things that you don't really want to be hearing. I understand that, and I get it. Just know that you're not the only person out there who is doing this. Just know that you can make a difference in your child's life and make it better for them. This is a lot of work for both of you, making this decision and moving forwards. But I have faith that you can do it. I believe in you and in your child's life and in your family. You can really do this. I'll have all of the links that I am aware of down in the description below. I highly recommend you go check out all the different websites that I have shouted out in this video. And if you have any other questions about homeschooling, please reach out and ask me. I would love nothing more than to be able to tell you.